author D.L. Tillery here, the Mistress of Horror. Before we get started, how about you press that subscribe button, give this video a like, and ring that bell so you know when I'm uploading new videos. 2021 is here, and it's only the second. I wanted to let you guys know my writing plans for 2021. Before we jump into the new series that are planned, I'm going to let you in on those, what's going on with those things. Alright, so the first thing I wanted to let you know is I have 4 things planned to come out this year. They're going to be spread out a little bit. Actually, it's 5 because the 5th one I am not publishing myself. It's with a group of writers again, just like 2020. That actually is supposed to come out February. I'll give you a solid date once I get a date for that. That one is a horror anthology, and the theme is ice. Cold. So, yeah, once I have solid date on that, I will release the title. That is with Regina, again, who I was with the other horror anthology. And it was 19 different authors, all amazing stories in there. So we're doing it again. Going to probably be even more authors. I'm not sure yet. But again, I will release all the info once I have everything for you guys. That's the first thing. Now, I myself have a poetry collection planned for this year. So I've been writing poetry my whole life. So I decided to compile some of my works together and release them in a collection. I do have multiple collections for poetry planned, but I'm going to release them sparsely. I'm not going to release the one that I originally was going to for 21, but I'm going to release one of my other darker ones. It's more of has a darker flair type of romance, dark romance type of flair to the poems in this particular collection. I will release a date for you once I have everything planned out, but do expect it to happen earlier in the year. So within the first quarter, in my opinion, the first 4 months, I'm planning to try to have that ready. If not, it's fine because I will give you a definite date only once I have a definite date. But it's going to have to be within that time period because I do have other books and stories planned to be released. Then I have my horror short story compilation that will be coming out. That one's been planned for a minute as well. I actually have a book cover for that one and everything. So that one is also going to be released this year. I know I am not going to wait until Halloween to release that one because I have other things coming out around that time planned. So I would expect my horror compilation to be something around summer, around close to fall, probably summer, fall, something like that. Then, so I'm trying to spread them out, but I have a complete release of The Room Within that came out in the horror anthology that I was in last year, and it has some of a second part. So I'm going to compilate both parts together. It's still a short story form. It's not very long, but I wanted to release that one. It has a cover for that and everything, so I'm going to be releasing that. I would like to say fall for that one, so I'm really going to try to stick to summer for the horror collection that I have. Then, as you know, Cagliostro is planned for the closer to Halloween release, so that is fall. That's pretty much the plan right now. I'm trying to keep them spread out. I may save one of those for winter, but that would still just be like December. Still would be in 21, not winter of 22. So yes, that's the plan, the layout for my book releases. Finally, there's going to be stuff coming. But yeah, that's that plan so far. I'm always writing new stories. There's plenty of things on the back burner that have outlines that I try not to work on multiple stories at one time. If I do stop, if I'm writing multiple stories, I'm not actually writing multiple stories. I stop one and then complete that one and then go back to the other one, like with Cagliostro. With that, and I had completed it, but editing and things of that nature was happening. But I wanted to finish the short horror story that's going to be in the anthology that's coming out in February. Um, I paused the editing on that to complete that because I don't, like I said, I don't work on multiple at the same time. Usually I get into one, get that one done, then move on to the next one or whatever. Actually, Cagliostro book 2 has already been started. I paused on that to complete the edits on the first book, but the second one outline was done. The first few chapters has already been written. The story is all in here, is complete because it's a 3-part series. I already know how it all ends, so it's nothing's going to change. I do have quite a few things, and I jump between genres, as you know. I do write predominantly horror based stories, but I also write paranormal, which can also still fall into horror depending on the aspects of the story. I actually am dabbling in erotica as well. I have a few short stories in erotica area that will be coming out in the future under one of my pen names that I have. And I also write children's stories. So actually, I completed 2 children's stories that are on the back burner for release for that. And I have a pen name for my children's books. So you'll see DL Tillery for all my adult books, so to speak. My erotica tales would be under Lavinia Hart. And then my children's books, children to middle grade books, will be under Freya Ravenwood. So I have 3 aliases, so to speak. You have DL Tillery, Lavinia Hart for erotica, and Freya Ravenwood for my children to middle grade to young adult stories. I like to separate my pen names based to the categories so people don't get confused. They won't expect, if they see DL Tillery, they don't expect my children's books, or if they see DL Tillery, they won't expect my erotica tales. So that type of thing. So I'm keeping it separate in that way. That's pretty much the plan, and those are the pen names that you will see from me. And yeah. So hello 21. How are you? Do be kind. I'm going to rock it out, guys. And then the last thing I wanted to go over is the plant series for the channel. Like I said, I hit 300 subscribers, which yay, thank you so much. And yeah, some of these series I have planned. One is Cosmic Horror, the Cosmic Horror series, where I talk about everything cosmic horror, rather that's horror novels, horror movies, and horror video games are based around cosmic horror specifically. I also have the romance horror series, where again I cover things that are romance horror based, rather that be movies, books, or video games. It's not really going to be many video games in that series, probably because there's not very many that would follow that, I believe. And then the other 2, one is going to be a book haul series. When I get a bundle of books, then I'll show them all to you guys when I get those. And the last one is going to be a book collection tour video series. So I'll go through my collection slowly. I'll show you some of those. Depending on the genres, probably go by the genres. Of course, I don't just read horror, but that's what I'll start with. I'll start with like my collection of horror books, things of that, and it'll grow because we'll be doing the book haul series. So you'll get an episode of the book haul series, and then you'll get an episode of the collection. And like if my collection grew, then that'll be a part of the series where like this is the episode where I grew my collection in this genre. That's what I'm expecting to do. So yeah, look forward to those new series coming from me this year. I like to come up with new things to do, and that's pretty much what's happening. Alright guys, so stay tuned and enjoy the new videos. I hope your 21 is going well, even though it's only been a day. But hopefully it's always off to a good start. Let me know what your plans are in the comments, what you got going on, even if it's not writing stuff. I love to listen. Alrighty, talk to you guys next time. Stay scared.